Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to another Daily Dice, where we ask the dice for a message and find out what that is. Keeping in mind these are general messages, so please, with that, know that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to connect directly with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, getting a personal reading, or following me on over to my podcast, that is all linked down below in the description. My podcast is Scatter Love Radio on both Spotify and Anchor FM. Also, if you are interested in a personal reading, just know that I have scaled back on the amount of personal readings I am doing per week as I got overwhelmed. And if you are interested, send me an email and we'll let you know when the next available spot is, as well as more information. And I just appreciate your patience with me. I'm only one person. So thank you so very much. Let's see, what else? Okay. I just want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that has supported the channel in any one way, shape, or form. I'm truly honored and blessed to have crossed paths with you, even if it was only for a moment or if it's for this journey. This is such an honor and a blessing to be here, and thank you for being a part of it. You mean the world to me. So let's go ahead and get into your reading and find out what is today's daily dice source. What is the message that you have for my fellow humans? What would you like them to know? What is today's daily dice? All right, so we've got 4th house, Aries, and Mercury. Mercury. Okay, 4th house. Something about home. Taking action, communicating. What she want, Willis, what she want. Let's see. Yeah, this is all about you being able to take initiative to create a comfortable environment at home, which is difficult, right? Like, it's difficult, especially if you're butting heads with people at home. But remember, our journey, right? Our journey is all about unconditional love. And unconditional love and forgiveness do not mean letting back in. What it means is you finding a way to maintain your inner peace. So what does that mean? If you're in a position where you can't leave the home environment that you're currently in, then how can you be honest with yourself? And how can you be truthful with yourself and creative with yourself to bring stability there, right? And maybe instead of arguing all the time, can you just stay silent? You know, and it's not about not standing up for yourself. Like, if you need to stand up for yourself, or there's a moment where you have to show that you're not a doormat, do that, right? That's not what this is. This is literally about when you're in a situation that is unfitting and uncomfortable and not meant for your journey. It's there to teach you a lesson, but sometimes what ends up happening is that we build a resentment and therefore resistance to the lesson that's coming through, and that's what this feels like. Feels like right now there's a resistance to receiving the lesson, and the lesson is just truthfully about finding space to come back to yourself. I never promise that this will be easy. Now, the steps to do it are simple, right? Which means if this person's trying to pick a fight with you, instead of fighting, it's okay to walk away, right? Instead of arguing with them, it's okay to say, I have other things that I have to go take care of, and this is not at the top of my priority list. Right? What it's saying here is to come back into a space of finding your internal guidance system and your peace. Because when you're engaging with this difficult energy, this very abrasive and aggressive energy over here that's trying to cause fight, you know, you think of Aries, we think about the god of war connected to Mars, right? Well, the god of war is used to fighting. Fighting for what they believe in, fighting for what they feel is right. Whether that's right for everybody or not, it doesn't matter. The god of war is going to fight for what they believe is right. So anytime we have that aggressive behavior coming in, we know that our Mars is being activated. And here we're being asked to replace Mars with Mercury. And with the moon energy at the 4th house being the start of this, it's all about how we feel in the situation. So understanding here that if it's not comfortable, how can you make yourself comfortable? Not how can you fix the situation, how can you make things easier, how can you make things so that everybody's happy. That's not what this is about. This is how can you fix you in this situation so that you can always come in a state of peace. Now, understand You are human. So if you have a bad day, if you have a bad week, that does not make you a failure at this. It just means that you are tapping into that resistance and you're trying to push through it. And that comes with some ups and downs and some upsets along the way, meaning that you will have a bad day here and there. You will have an upset. You know, it's interesting because all day today I've been singing the song, and now I understand why, because it just came up. I wasn't even thinking about it while I was doing these readings, and it just came up again. But it said, Mama said there'd be days like this, there'd be days like this, my mama said. Mama said there'd be days like this, there'd be days like this, my mama said. And I can't remember, is it the Rosettes who sing that? Anyways, I know it's talking about a love, but it's like interesting because it just came back in, and I now I know why it's been stuck in my head all day, because it's like, no matter if things are falling into place, no matter if things are, and I think what's the guy that sings that song? There's a guy, Van something another. If y'all know, comment down below and help everyone else out so they can check out the song, because in his song he talks about sometimes, you know, your people are going to understand you, but mama said there'd always be days like this. Sometimes you're going to have days where everything falls into place, but there's still going to be days like this. And so I feel like it's very imperative to mention this. It's like, no matter how balanced you become as a person, you're still going to have bad days. Like, that is just a part of it, because we're human. And that means that we experience the whole scale of human spectrum, which is good days and bad days and a whole mixture, something in between. But this is truly asking you to find a way to draw away from the bad side of things and come more into a balanced state. It doesn't mean that everything's going to be perfect along the way, but when you come into that place where the situation no longer interrupts or interferes with your inner peace, then you are finding comfort and healing in the situation, which is the ultimate goal here, right? That is, look, staying vigilant. This just flipped out. Stone people, this talks about staying vigilant, not because it's what people want you to do or what other people are saying you should do. This is staying vigilant on your journey because this is what's right for you. On the bottom of the deck, we have spring equinox with rebirth here, because you're going through a huge transformation and letting go of prior cycles that were no longer serving you, right? Maybe it always felt right to argue in this position because that felt like you had a voice. But maybe the important thing here is that you don't need to have a voice in the situation as much as you need to find inner peace. And that's scary. Yeah, because there's someone watching you right now. The Watcher with Snow Leopard 6. This is number 6, but it is also number 15, right? We have 15 and 1 plus 5 is 6. It's finding balance. Again, balance and harmony. And I love that this came out because this person is constantly keeping an eye on you, or these people are constantly keeping an eye on you to find out, how can I press their buttons? But you're the one that has to come into your prosperous energy. You're the one that has to be authentic. And that's why they're watching you, because they know that you have an opportunity to take a road less traveled, something that they don't have an opportunity to do because they refuse to change. And so they're constantly watching you to see, how can I press the buttons of you? How can I press their buttons? How can I make them upset? How can I get them to engage in these arguments? Especially with Aries next to Mercury here. This is giving me the vibe of, I want to make you communicate with me the way that I want you to communicate with me, because then it shows people that you fit into whatever tale and story I'm telling them. We have fire here with Aries, Leo, Sag coming out. Aries again, confidence, optimism, passion, and bravery. This is going to take a lot of bravery and you staying optimistic about what it is that you love doing. You are already confident, but don't let them take away your confidence in this situation. Release. Number 9, Jaguar coming out. You see this? Yeah, it's time to release that need to be right, that need to be heard, that need to be understood, because you're in a situation right now that they're not understanding you, and there's nothing, okay, hear me when I say this, please. There is nothing that you can ever do or say or become to make them see you the way that you wish they would see you. And the reason is because they're blocked. They cannot see you as you want them to because they cannot see that within themselves. And so they'd rather project and try to trip you up off your journey and off your path. I can't with you. House 4, cultural and family roots, home, peace and comfort. What have I been talking about? This is all about you coming into a place of peace, but it feels like it's at home. This is something that you have dealt with for a very long time, since you're very young, okay? Since the time of your emotional development, which we're talking about, you know, what, the ages of 9 until we're like 16, we're really dealing with that emotional frame of mind, you know, understanding our emotions. And the need to be loved in that time. And if we didn't get the love that we needed, it really set us for a path where we would repeat that in our later years. Okay, but we're talking about this energy of releasing the need to be heard, to be right, to be seen. Because it's not ever going to happen in this situation. Rather, what you're being asked to do here is to come into a place of peace. Inner peace is my goal. Leave a blue heart down below and say that. Inner peace is my goal. Call that out for your higher self. Call that out from source. Say, lead me to my inner peace, because you deserve that. You deserve to have balance in your life. It doesn't matter if you want these people to see you, because at the end of the day, the truth is, you want to be seen by the people who want to see you. And only time that that's going to happen is when you let go of people like this. It's interesting that we got stone people, because we are talking about people. I do feel like I want to get 2 cards out of this deck real quick and see what comes through. I wasn't going to, but because it is coming out, I do feel like I need to. Can I please have one more card out of here, source, for this collective reading? The daily dice. Whoa, okay. Well, we'll see what they are. Yeah, look. Present, abundant, gratitude. Always show gratitude, even for the difficult situations. Why? Because they're teaching you something. We have comfort zone and south node clinging. You're letting go of being closed off, guarded, and resistant. Didn't I say there's resistance coming through here? Yes. I love that confirmation. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, what do we have here? Attraction. Mars energy. Hot. I cannot make this stuff up. Do you see this? Mars. Attraction. Hot. There's a lot of fire in this energy here. This is like someone who gets off on arguing. Like they just like to argue with people. It's not just you. It's everybody. Renewal. Spark. Yeah. You're about to set your own life on fire. You're the one that's coming in to have this new spark, but it comes from finding balance within yourself. And it's okay. I feel like the most important thing is to forgive yourself on the days where you're not 100%. And show yourself compassion and leniency, regret and repression. Yeah, you're repressing some hurt thoughts from the past, regret. Something that, you know, maybe I did something wrong. Guilt is coming through as well. Feeling like you did something wrong in this connection. Honey, you didn't do anything wrong. Let me tell you that. Nothing at all. You're a beautiful soul. This person just cannot see you, or these people just cannot see you because they're dealing with their own wounds. And those wounds are speaking louder than seeing outside of themselves. So projection is coming in highly right now. Look, we have contracts, career, commitments. Until debt tear us apart. Saturn energy coming through here. This is a difficulty for you. Saturn is a tough love planet, right? It teaches us the most valuable lessons, but through the most difficult lessons, okay? Like, it really does. It's like we learn these things, and they're so valuable to us as we move on, and they give us this confidence in life, this truth about ourselves. But it is through some very hard times that we learn these things. Trust divine timing. Your soul tribe is coming. The people who are meant to be in your life are coming. You have to let yourself let go of this hardship, because it's like coming into a place of balance within self is going to allow you to open your heart to who's meant to be on the journey with you. Okay? So leave that heart down below. Release this energy. Give me a thumbs up if this resonated with you, but I am going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. I do want to take a moment to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this beautiful message. And with that being said, until next time, stay human. Bye.